Hey VTubers and streamers, let's talk about getting your stream to 25 viewers. This video is brought to you by Private Internet Access. For safe, secure web browsing to make it seem like you're from any country in the world, please click on the link in the video's description down below. Using that link really helps support the channel. I've been streaming on Twitch for about a year and a half now, and I'm doing somewhat okay. And the most common question I get from new streamers is, how do I get more views? Here are 5 tips that you can use to help grow your stream to try and get 25 average viewers. So monitoring your own stream, super important. So this means like opening an extra tab to watch your own Twitch stream, or even just like using your phone or even your TV or whatever you have to just check to make sure that your stream is working the way it should. Check making sure that the video is working properly, that there's no like stuttering or lagging, and then also making sure that your sound is working. So like just being able to do a quick sound check by like just unmuting to make sure that very briefly, so you don't get like that feedback effect, but very briefly, just to be able to check to make sure that your microphone and your game audio is working the way it should. Now, this is probably the most difficult one, is learn to be able to speak to yourself. It's like most often as a small streamer, you're not gonna be able to rely on your chat or even just the game to bring up a conversation. So what a great way to do this is just be able to tell a story. Think of something that you want to talk about before you begin your stream, so that when that like dead air hits, you have something to talk about. A really great piece of advice I've heard before in the past is streaming to like 0 people is the exact same as streaming to over 1,000 people. So when you're streaming to no one, you need to be able to interact without having any chat and have some kind of conversation. So when that new person comes in there, they're like, oh, this person is kind of interesting. Try to use your VTuber app to its strengths. So right now I'm using something called virtual motion capture, which basically allows me to do stuff like this and move around, jump around, and, oh, I just hit my chair. And it gives me full body and facial capture. If you want to know more about that, you can check out the video that will pop up somewhere around there. So the important thing to remember is when you're using your VTuber app, you have to think, how can I make my VTuber avatar be the most animated and bring like the most excitement to the stream? Responding to chat and notifications. Now this seems like something that's almost like, how could you not do this? But I can't tell you how many times I've been into streams where they just don't do this. And also, I'm not 100% guilt-free of this either, because when I first started streaming, I had no idea what raids were. And when a raid finally happened to me, like just by chance, I was just like, what's happening? So get familiar with all the different type of events on Twitch, whether it's a raid, a follow, a subscription, just so that you know what's going on and being able to respond to those things to really engage with your audience that's live. And that same goes with chat, is making sure that you acknowledge somehow that you know what's happening in your chat. This is probably the most important one, and this is something I like to call the triangle. So kind of think of it like, have you ever seen like that fire, like how the 3 essential things to have a fire, and if you just break one of them, then the fire goes out? Well, it's kind of similar to streaming. So streaming and content creation is all about the triangle. So it is, number 1, it's based on 3 components: content, consistency, and quality. Let's go into detail about these 3 things. Content, it's pretty simple. You might have heard this before. Just try to make interesting quality content that people want to watch. Easier said than done, I know. Next is consistency. Whether you're streaming 1 time a week, every day, or 3 times a week, or 4 times a week like me, you can check out my stream details down below. Make sure that you are streaming to a consistent schedule so people know how to find you. And then the last one is quality. So what does quality mean? This means that your stream overall just looks nice. It sounds nice. When people come into your stream and they look at it and they go, oh, this is a really nice looking stream, or all the sounds seem to be put together. Like there's a consistent theme of some sort. So when people look at it, It doesn't feel like you're watching like a blurry, garbled mess. So these were my 5 tips on how to improve your stream and hopefully get your stream to the next level of 25 average viewers. If you want to check out more videos like this, more videos should be popping up somewhere on the screen. And if you want to have a great conversation, you can come check out my stream on Twitch. You can find that information down in the description below. Thanks for tuning in. Bye bye.